Well, it started spitting about 5 minutes ago. It's getting heavier now, so I guess it's time to see if the fab seal works on my smock. Well, I'm sheltered out of the rain under this big tree. I'm going to have 5 minutes break and then I'm going to carry on. Okay, I'm finally in the woods, and tonight's little camp, I thought I'd just do a bivvy and tarp setup, but I've come across a hunting hide, very crudely made, but I'll just take you in here now. The thing is, all the structure is already here for me tarp. All I've got to do is maybe spruce it up a little bit, but yeah, I think this will do well for tonight. The ground is quite soft and dry, at least the top bit of it is dry, so yeah, I'm going to spend a bit of time. There's a footpath that runs just along that edge there, so I may try and block this little bit off a little bit more than what it is, just to give me some privacy. I'm going to set up camp here for the night, I reckon. I'll see you in a bit. Just a case of keeping going now and getting it as thick as possible with all this dead stuff. And we keep getting a spitter or spatter of rain, so the next job, before I carry on with anything else, is I'm just going to have to put the tarp up. I'm limited to the paracord that I brought, but there is vines around here that I can use. So I'm going to quickly do this and get it up as best I can before the heavens do open for real. Right, okay, that's the tarp up. Just going to look for a nice branch now. It's about the height of me, just to put in the centre to give it a little bit of lift. As you can see, you can still see through the middle section quite a lot. Where my jacket's hanging there, I'd like to do something with that little bit there. And also just in that corner over there, there seems to be a bit of a hole there. And just kind of work on that whole area. The back. That'll do. So here's a little stove I was talking about. I've done a few mods on mine. Hexamine blocks. But they're just fold up stoves. And then you've got a little feed holder at the front. So I'll show you that when I've got it all set up. Okay, so there's the little stove. Like I said, it's Lixada. The only mod that I've done is I've got a bit of barbecue mesh for the top of it, because I found that some of my cups don't actually sit directly on top. Some of them like to sit in the recess, and also that's where I put my hexamine blocks. I am thinking about getting rid of that and using a bit of tin can for inside there, because the hexamine blocks, once they're burnt down, they do burn through onto this bit and then drop out the bottom. That's why I've got this stone here. Obviously I've got it on a bit of a tree stump, which is handy. I'm just going to put my twigs and whatever down there to burn. Hopefully this stone won't explode, but we'll see. Yeah, so like I was saying, that's another little mod that I can do at a later date, and then basically you just feed your sticks in here if you want to have a you know, a little stick fire. But it is the mini one, this. It does take my cook set, does fit on top of it. I'll show you that in a bit anyway when I'm cooking. So job now is, well, as you can see, the tarp's up. I've got the centre pole where it's reinforced in the middle. I'm quite happy with that side now, and I've also put a few logs, stood them up at that side as well. So yeah, it's nice and cosy, guys, nice and cosy. So we've got to go and get some stuff like this to burn in the fire later on if I run out of hexes. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you how I gather. I mean, there's loads of little bits I can use in this hide, but or in this debris shelter, if you want to call it that. But there's a better way. There's a better way of harvesting little twigs that are dry. I'll show you now. Right, okay guys, so in pine woods, on the trees, you always get, on the lower sections of the trees, all these stubby bits, and these are perfect. If it snaps and it sounds like fire, it's usually pretty good. So you just go around. That one's no good. Just go around snapping them off. Won't do the tree any harm. It's all dead. In a very small amount of time you can gather a good handful. So I'm going to carry on gathering some wood for the stove tonight. All that messing around with rope and a bullet camera and dolly systems made me thirsty. So I've got a hexi block on. It's about 2 minutes away. I'm having coffee today. I know what you're thinking, but I have got my OXO with me. I've just put another hexi block on. Getting a little bit hungry now, so time for some duck eggs. A duck egg butty, I reckon. Perfect. Well, that'll do nicely. Cup of coffee and a nice egg butty. Right guys, I just wanted to show you a really cheap, effective way of starting a fire now. You can get these little vials off, I got them off Amazon. I got loads of them for a couple of quid. But in here, some people like to carry magnesium dust with them, but this is actually sparklers. You know, the kind that you get at bonfire night. You may be able to get them all year round online, wouldn't surprise me. That's just sparklers that I've used a pair of pliers on, nibbled all the powder off them, and it does make an effective fire starter. You just give me 1 second, I will get it started. And that's only a little bit, that's only half a vial, so that will definitely get your fire started. Okay, so this is magnesium powder. Now, once this is lit, don't get it wet, because it will have a severe reaction. But if I just put what will happen with this is it won't flare up as much as the sparklers did. This will create a glow. So that glow will last for quite a long time. And you can just put your sticks on, whatever you're burning. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long to start a fire using magnesium. I'll show you what happens if you put a bit of water on it. And it's still going, you see. Burns incredibly hot. So now you know, guys. It's still going. Like I say, just don't get it wet. I'm going to let that burn out now. Right, so a couple of things that I carry when it's weather like this. We're getting into summertime, the days are getting warmer. It's obviously a little travel thing of sunblocker and this insect repellent. Now I've noticed There's quite a few midges around at the moment, so I'm going to squirt some of this on. Right, okay, so you can just about see the sun there. I don't want to blind you all, but the sun is there. One thing I learnt a while ago is each finger is worth 15 minutes. So you can roughly tell how long you've got left till the sun disappears over the horizon now. I know my actual horizon isn't very flat, and the actual horizon for this area is probably below there. So you can roughly measure out how many minutes you've got left till the sun is below the horizon. So that's 15, that's half an hour, 2 fingers. So that's half an hour. So a full 4 fingers is about an hour. So in about an hour's time, the sun will be below here. Time now is 7:20. So let's come back at 8:20 and see how far it's moved. Okay, so I'm just about 10 minutes late. It's 20 to 9 now, so I said I'd be back at 8:30 with the finger thing, but as you can see, it's well below the horizon, the sun now, because you can just make out the sunset in this area. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well at all, but the sun's actually gone down. So yeah, 15 minutes per finger does work. Just hear the owls in the background. Right guys, I'm in the sleeping bag. It's coming up for midnight. I've been listening to the owls, listening to a bit of the radio. I'm going to try and not blind you with my torch. So I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. It's a very pleasant night's sleep. Usually when I'm wild camping I get woken a couple of times in the night, but there's nothing till, well, it's like straight through till 7:30 this morning. Just gonna, as you can see, I've put the bed away. Just going to get a brew on now, and then we'll be packing up. Not that there's a lot to pack up really, it's just the tarp and a few items around here. So I'm going to get myself a brew on, wake up a bit more, listen to the wildlife, and then I'll be on my way.